Right, 29th of June 2024. It's another one I know, which is unusual. It's Abracadabra. So I'm fully expecting to see The Magician, which was yesterday's read. We've got Becana, which is the birch tree, or Beth. We've got 7th house of Libra. Oh, Karma. You reap what you sow, and communication. So, it's Karma. So that suggests the Strength card again. See if that comes out. The 7 of Pentacles. So let's have a look what we get. So I think the band was it Steve Miller Band? So the name's Steve, and the way I said it then sounded like Miller Band, which was a politician, Ed Miliband, but it wasn't. It was Miller. So, and I talk, my accent's quite strong sometimes. I never realised how bad it was. So Miller, somebody who grinds corn to make flour. That may mean something. Windy Miller was one of my favourite characters in a childhood programme. And yesterday we had a childhood programme that was one of my favourites as well. Mary Mungo and Midge. It was about a little girl that lived in a high-rise block of flats with a man, a dog and a mouse. And the only way she could get downstairs was for the mouse to sit on the dog's nose and press the button for her. So where there's a will, there's a way. It's the only way she could go out and play. Obviously in them days there was a bit more lax about children's safety. You could go out and do as you liked in them days. Unfortunately for the younger ones nowadays, that's not possible. So they put me on these journeys in my head, and usually it comes into the read somewhere. Let's have a look, see what they've got for us. Today's card is the High Priestess, which is my card. Today is the day of my brother's passing, his anniversary, so I'm hoping to hear from him. So let's see. Oh, she's in the sweet spot. So that means it's important. Running out of options. No more choices. Oh, got one. No longer living in a dream world. Having to narrow down your options. 7 months is mentioned. Maybe nightmares. There's no communication Someone's either blocked or somebody of a dark complexion, possibly in uniform, or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn child. Issues with finances and career. Small ones, this is usually a young female because of the line of succession. But any child, young child. It's messages going astray, so check your spam box. It's parcels not being delivered. It's a lack of communication, which we've got there with the Gemini card, with the Gemini dice, sorry. And a missed opportunity. So somebody's dropped the ball. Perhaps because they didn't receive this message or package or whatever it is. We have a decision to make, and we can't be in denial any longer. We can't protect others, and we have to be sure of our facts. We're no longer being held to ransom, but we are at the gates of hell because of others, or because we've allowed something negative into our energy, be it financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or physically. We've got the green light from Spirit for go. It's graduating from school, university, or graduating, ascending to another level. We have a new foundation stone there. We need a new team, and we need to put that stone at the base and grow something from it. And there's a rose from Spirit there, so the name Rose could be important. Opening a new business, even in this climate, Spirit is saying it will be good. But you or your inner child is stuck and cannot let go of the misery of the past. Either you cannot forgive yourself or others for something, or there's children involved which is causing the problem. It could be child maintenance problems. There is a bird in a gilded cage here. Someone who has everything they need, but nothing they want. They feel a lack. No matter how much they have, they will never be happy. So, what's unusual here is today's card is neutral, and if we take that out of the equation, we only have minor arcana cards. So tomorrow should be a day of nothing taking place, perhaps because we rejected an invite or an opportunity, or we didn't receive the message. If with that reaping what you sow, if you're not grateful for what you have, more will be taken from you. So you have to be very careful not to be ungrateful, because there is always people worse off than you. The rose is on the back of his jacket as well. So it is important. It could be about daughters, but I'm not going to go into Persephone unless she comes out again, because it's a neutral card. It's for this day. Yeah, a day off. Perhaps a day of rest is needed. Rest after a battle. Fear of the future. Not ready to take that leap of faith yet. Putting things off until tomorrow. Maybe that should be done today. And then Richard, because it's the Dick Whittington card, isn't it? The Lord Mayor of London. 22. Oh, Capricorn energy, a great loss, a loss of finances, a massive loss. So that feeling of lack is probably financial. We all are feeling it at the minute. There's the cuckoo in the nest. There's a Capricorn energy. The devil even that she's stuck at the gates with. A betrayal, someone who was a good friend, now a dangerous enemy, possibly someone from childhood or your children. Childhood trauma or child abuse. And the courts, justice will be served. You will reap what you sow. 7th house, Libra. Because there are those who see when they're shown, and those who will never see. And I'm afraid those who will never see will suffer greatly. Yeah. Battles are about to take place. We've got 2 5s. Changes are coming, and we must stand our ground and love ourselves unconditionally. Again, the daughter, the child, the feminine. But any younger energy, it's about filling your own cup, not being a narcissist, but realising that you must come first. And when you do, the message will be received. So we can turn this negative into a positive. It could be 2 children or 2 younger energies or just you. Earth and water, which makes firm foundations. So grounding and being in charge of your emotions. Children are important. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. A cup of love and messages and finances and stability, all in the early stages, but there and positive. So 22 and 11, the master numbers. 22 is negative, 11 is positive. The 18, what did we say the new moon was on? Let's have a look. Fifth. Five and 18. No longer torn between 2 people, 2 properties, 2 situations. We are ready now to create something new. We know that it's not going to be an easy journey, because nothing worth having is ever easy. It will be a path of blood and tears, but we must put ourselves first. So again, we've got 2 pages of Pentacles, 2 pages of Cups. They've repeated this energy, so it's very important. Be in charge of your emotions and your finances and stability, career. A run of bad luck, that wheel has turned against us, the wheel of fate. We are reaping karmic rewards, good or bad. The number 10. So it looks like things are changing at number 10, and our Prime Minister is getting a bit worried for the future. So, Scorpio, shared resources, the reproductive organs, a full cup, being nurtured. 21st of October to the 21st of November. Judgment Day, that's you, Elaine. So, the number 20. The phoenix cannot rise until you decide what you're going to do about this long-standing situation. It has to be settled once and for all. Can't bugger about anymore. It's got to be done. It could be teeth, it could be knees, it could be bones, geriatric issues. Don't sell your soul to the devil. You need to destroy those walls of Jericho with our vibrational energy. Our voices, lift up our voices and bring those walls down. Destroy so that we can rebuild. And again, they've doubled. No, they haven't. That's the 3 of Wands. Patience, 3 days. So we're going back to that room that we had before, where if you have an emotional decision, wait 3 months. If you have a work decision, wait 3 days. Patience. And then the opportunity comes around again for a new home, a new life, a proposal, a new business. Whatever it is, it will pay off within a year. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, Marilyn Monroe. I've just been watching something with her on. The colour green, which is not for envy, but for the heart chakra. The blue is the throat chakra. She's wearing blue, so she's not telling the truth about financial situation. She is very demanding, high maintenance, possibly a Leo energy somewhere in your chart. Not necessarily a Leo person, but it could be. She's the 21st of July to 21st of August. But it's financial ruin. And that's probably how he got ruined, because of her. She is very high maintenance and demanding. That's our Violet Elizabeth card. So the flowers, Violet and Sweet William. And then we have William, Dennis, Elizabeth, Violet. Waterman and Langford and Bonnie. And there it is. Don't act in haste, because you'll repent at leisure. So patience is needed. We are learning some hard lessons, and we've got to overcome our addictions to a way of life, the old way of doing things, the outcome of a situation. Bring those walls down. That may mean that you have to be vulnerable, or it may mean that you have to destroy something to rebuild. So the 18 is positive, the 10 is negative. And the 20, I'm afraid, Elaine, is negative. But only because you're not prepared to rise. You need to rise. Rise to the occasion. Oh dear, I've just lost all my books down there. I'll have to go fetch them in a minute. So, Akana, the birch tree. And Elizabeth, so we've got it twice. Beth, Elizabeth. So it must be important. Our good queen was Elizabeth. Akana, the mother. And I was pretty sure that you was waiting to hear from Mum April. I guess you've been talking to her over the last few days. There it is. Motherhood. The Swan, so it could be a divorced or widowed lady. The letter B. It's connection of motherhood, domesticity and protectiveness. It suggests the breasts. Its animal symbols include the bear, which is Virgo, and the swan. And the bear is sometimes on that card of judgment. She is fiercely protective mother. The wise woman, the herbalist, the healer. So nurses, maybe. However, the name of the rune Bacana literally means the birch tree. The birch used to be used for flogging. It has fair trees of all types. So, Bacana, the birch tree. Capricorn energy, which isn't boding well in the cards. It's also to do with agriculture and farming and land, property. It might be imagined with such a feminine rune that its mythology derives from the stories of several Norse goddesses. Prominent amongst these is Frigga, the goddess of the spinning wheel. And there it is again in the negative. So I think we'll be more concentrated on the negative meaning. The wife of Odin the All-Father, so Wednesday, who has been previously encountered with the runes Wunjo and Pertha, which we had, didn't we? Frigga was the patroness of women, especially those in labour or caring for infants, of marital fidelity and family harmony. Fiercely protective of her own children, she nevertheless found time to care for the offsprings of others. So somebody who has other people's children to look after. Maybe that's why you're spreading yourself so thin. She guarded the souls of the young children, and we've talked about the children, so there we go again. It is interesting to note that in past times, if a marriage ceremony was thought to be too expensive, the union could still be recognised if the prospective bride and groom jumped over the birch or eloped. Gretna Green, Scotland, is the famous one that we have in England, in Britain, sorry. The symbolism of the birch twig broom leads us to the medieval tradition of witchcraft, because in old stories a witch and her broom were rarely parted. It may be that that broom indeed played a role in a half-remembered matrimonial pagan cult that survival into recent history. This could be especially significant since women accused of being witches were often local healers and midwives. So there could be a pregnancy. She is carrying a child in that picture. You're creating something new, whether it be a human or a new business, whatever it is. It also has to be said that the witch's broom was for a purpose, to be rode through the sky, sweeping the past away. Bacana is a rune of new beginnings. It indicates good news, a birth, fertility, and times of family rejoicing, such as weddings. The rune link with the birch tree in particular and agriculture in general. So Mum may know that you've been wanting her at your wedding or at a celebration, and she will be there in spirit or the flesh. This is your personal growth time. This may involve material, domestic, or by far the most likely spiritual affairs, because Bacana is also associated with intuition, your higher self, the soul's purpose on this earth. As a more specific indicator, Bacana suggests new projects getting off the ground, but you've got to settle the old first. It will need rigorous care and attention for it to thrive, much as a human infant needs the loving care of its mother in order to thrive and develop. Traditionally, Bacana relates to women's issues, so the ovaries, hysterectomies, things like that, particularly to feminine health and the care of infants. This can be regarded as a good omen that denotes proper growth and development. If your question is about health problem, the appearance of Bacana is a natural regenerative power, and a raising of the spirits as a sense of well-being returns. But there may be worrying family news. The health of a relative is the most usual reason for this anxiety. There is a hint that a celebration may be cancelled or at the very least indefinitely postponed. So Mum may have passed around a celebration that she didn't attend. If health is not the issue under examination, then the inverted Bacana indicates that you are on course that will lead you nowhere. You will find that since all doors are closed to you at this present, it will be necessary to cut your losses and return to square one. But that means that the opportunity will come round again. Maybe health has stopped you in your tracks and you've been unable to accept something, but it will be asked again, so not to worry. 7th house obviously is legal matters, open enemies, marriages. It's the loins, the marital home. For blokes, it's your colon or your prostate. The colours blue and brown. It's relationships, matrimony, partnerships, unity, other people's projections, public enemies and lawsuits. So if people are getting accusing you of things, that's usually when they're doing it themselves. Remember that. It's projecting their feelings and emotions onto you. This is about karma. So we're going for the North Node, and thankfully it's the head of the dragon. It's your life purpose, your destiny, something you strive towards, your evolution, your latent potential. It's about your choices and how you grow. So the North Node is what must be done to fulfill your soul purpose. It is your life path, your destiny or dharma, not karma, dharma, since it represents what the soul must become. It is unknown territory, and that's why we're afraid of it, and not always particularly comfortable place. The path is untravelled, and at the beginning of the journey, the soul almost inevitably falls back into the South Node, so has to pay recompense for some deeds of the past. At such times, the soul must pick up the innate talents it has developed in the past, lodged in the South Node, and bring them into surface with the North. So, in Gemini, the path of effective communication, the soul is learning to express itself without ambiguity or ambivalence, so without having to do battle. This is the path of truth. The North Node in the 7th house. The soul has lost sight of its right to develop as appropriate for its own needs. It has learned to harmonise with others, so making relationships easier. So not putting yourself too demanding. Don't be the drama queen, but do put yourself on the priority list as well. So it's a very uncrucial reading this. It seems we have to wait 3 days for something. And patience. That's all I will say, is the patience. So I'm going to have to pause here because I've lost my books down the back. 1 minute. Thought it was going to end up with a 2-parter then, all the bloody time it took. Chiron, the Wounded Healer, number 8. So let's have a look at the astrology and see if he's mentioned June, June the 29th. 30 days of September, April, June and November, so we only have 1 more day. Venus sextiles Mars. This is a lovely day for meetings, discussions, romance, the arts and creativity. To take the initiative, the moon is in Aries. There's no initiative in here, not one flipping bit. So it must be the fear that's holding us back, not doing anything about it. Possibly because you need time to heal or apologise. because that is healing. It did say, didn't it, about the midwives and that there. So nurses, healing. And that would fit with you, April, wouldn't it? And Kristen is cat heal and arm healing. Trying to heal about my brother. So this there is the Hanged Man, which is number 12. So we've got 8 there, but now we've got number 12. It's Pisces energy. And it's about the wound. The wound is the place where the light will enter. So what it means is, where you have suffered, you must suffer to learn those hard lessons. And then Spirit enters that wounded place and ascends you to a higher level because of it. You grow from it. And they're saying that healing must take place before you're able to deal with that matter. Sometimes my words come out like a foreign language, I swear, when I'm doing reads. So, there is a time of healing. Chiron is not a planet but a comet with a unique orbit that travels through the entire zodiac approximately 51 years. So, it is the man horse. So, there's born in the year of the horse. It's the centaur, the wisest of all creatures. The wounded healer, the self-enlightened shaman. So self-taught. He was wounded in the flank and was almost crippled, but was rehabilitated from his wounds and sickness to pursue the healing arts through the guidance of Apollo, god of light. So, Chiron, I don't think we've got him, the Knight of Pentacles today. Apollo, god of light. So Apollo for me is always the number 11, which is Libra energy. Justice card. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Chiron has a special purpose as a bridge between the inner and the outer planets, the bridge between the animal and human, the wisdom that lies in both life forms. Chiron shows transition, linking the mundane to the extraordinary. This heavenly body takes us on a journey through our darkness. There it is, through the darkness. Oh, we flipped. So through that dark place, where we pass through to the next side with strength that we didn't know we had until we'd come out the other side. So that's unfinished business that we have to settle and heal from. Chiron's relationship with the astrological sign of Virgo, which we've mentioned more than once, even though there's hardly anything here. Health, physical well-being, and Sagittarius. There's a Sagittarius. Conscious and spiritual well-being. Chiron lords over matters of health, illness, and disease, especially how they relate to your personal journey through life. Because one must see the darkness before we see the light, and one must experience sickness before we can enjoy the feeling of lasting health. Chiron also represents resurrection, so has some relationship with the Christ figure, the wounded healer. So religion, faith, Christ on the cross, Prometheus, Groundhog Day, or Odin. Whichever way it is a sacrifice, a martyr or a victim. So a prisoner for some. Legal matters, like we said. This is the card of great transformation, which would be the phoenix if we got our arse into gear. Rising from the swamp. There we go. A rebirth. Chiron's energy says that once we are able to heal ourselves, we can also take that gift or wound and learn how to restore others. So that gift is being withheld until we heal ourselves. And then what we give out, we will get back. It's about the ability to transform the mundane into the marvellous. Magic. Abracadabra. Chiron is a blending of Saturn and Uranus, meaning we don't just throw out the old. There is wisdom there, but we should also embrace the bold and new. In keeping with this, Chiron also governs quantum physics, medicine, and astrology. So if you're worried, if you've been thinking, oh, mum or dad wouldn't like me to get rid of that, they don't care when they go over the other side. They might have been very attached to a certain item, but if you believe that it's not going to fit in your life, they'd rather somebody else get enjoyment from it. So it's about taking the bits that you like, and if you've been gifted with something, it's up to you. You don't have to have it there, resenting it and polishing it every day. If it's worth something, sell it. If you don't like it, that's not the saying. We can mend our wounds when we embrace the process and understand the gift of illness or dysfunction. Chiron, also an expert in alchemy, which gives us what I said, mundane to the marvellous. We don't just throw out the old. In keeping with this, Chiron governs quantum physics, medicine, and astrology. When this card turns up in a reading, it can indicate health matters or that issues of a medical nature may be of a concern. The matter may have to do with the health concerns, most especially any emotional ones, so mental health, that's needed. At this time, you may find yourself visiting or having interactions with health facilities, or any place that has to do with the healing of the body, mind, or spirit. It is also a time of teaching and learning, so schools may figure in. I don't see that, but I do see children. Certain sorrows of the deep past, yes. Something very sad from the past. Repeating old patterns, so that addictions to the way of life. These will tend to resurface unless faced directly, and if not faced, then the pain will just continue. This is a time of awakening where you can resolve this should you choose to. The symbol of Chiron is the key. It's the key to set you free. This card says that you have the key to open all those doors. She has more than one key there in her hands. To do this, you will have to work with the wounded or downtrodden in some way. So if this is true, it is now time to save yourself and in return, save others. But we do have prisoners, we do have martyrs, we do have victims. So don't go around moaning about something if you're not going to do it out of the goodness of your heart. Don't bother. Healing process, contemplation, medicines, illness, grief and redemption. The owl, bloodwood, wisdom, power and transformation. So they're giving us 3 days and then we're going to have to transform our energy, rise like the phoenix. And look what number it is, 22. So no more fear. We can't keep putting things off until tomorrow forever. The 22. So like I said before, it could be a door number, it could be your age, or it could be the date of something. Flower face, oak pollen, so Taurus. The broom, we talked about the broom again, so something about a broom. It may be simply that you're buying yourself a new brush. The oak is a symbol of life, strength and stability. The broom is associated with the heart, and that's what I said, the heart chakra with the green there, and the sweeping away of what no longer is needed. What did I say? That's what the witch's broom does. It was used at weddings and burials. So again, a wedding, elopement. Flowerface was a beautiful woman created by 2 magicians from the flowers of the oak, broom and meadowsweet. However, she was created to be the wife of Lu, who she did not love and who was unfaithful. So she conspired to have him killed, a bit harsh, by her lover. He managed to escape and was healed, but from this act she was turned into an owl by the same magicians. So there's the abracadabra, turning someone into an owl, so watch for the owls. Watch for infidelity and the drama queen. Celtic legends were mostly passed down through tales like these. Women were sometimes representative of land, so like I said, land and property, and the owl would normally signify transformations. There are many messages we can take with us from this card. This could be a hostage situation because she was kidnapped. The goddess was created for something she did not want. Is there something you are doing that you do not love and feel like you're trapped doing? Do you long for another job, another relationship, another life? It may be time to find a way out of where you are and find your passion again. Allow your true being to come forth. Only through deep transition or death of some sort can you expect something different to what you have now. It may take a lot of courage and it may take help from other sources, but the outcome shows transition and wisdom. The owl has long been a symbol of wisdom. The owl sees through the darkness and seeks what it needs with great accuracy. Call on the wisdom of the owl or those with the owl as a spirit animal. Will help. Kept saying with. You see through the masks and illusions before you. So where we are about wearing the masks again. There is no hiding from the owl. It seeks out the truth and seldom misses what it goes after. What must you leave behind to claim your strength and wisdom? In the end, only you can choose your path. And the owl, so your choice, your karma, your destiny. The owl is the 23rd of November to the 21st of December, which is Sagittarius. I've just seen the goose there. We had that yesterday, didn't we? And that would be Capricorn. So, the rabbit, the year of the rabbit, the number 8, fertility. There could be the creation of a child or something else. We've got the red eggs again. So the colon, the prostate, like I said, don't be laughing. It's a serious matter. So boys, what do we say about testicular cancer? If you pee on a pregnancy test, you're not pregnant, but you may have some issues. It's a famous post that a doctor saw. So, those born in the year of the rabbit, the number 8, and the colon or prostate, which is Libra energy, the loins, the marital home, creating something new. Not just holding on to the old, stuck in your ways. So Ostara, the spring equinox, which is March the 20th to the 23rd. Named after the goddess Ostra, from whom Easter also gets its name. Day and night are of equal length, and the ascent towards the light begins. A joyful young rabbit leaps through the green landscape. So that leap of faith that they want you to take, yeah? The trees are budding and the tender growth, and everything there are signs of awakening. So we are waking up, and the red eggs are a symbol of rebirth, eternal life, and are offered as a gift of love. Creativity abounds. This is a time of rapid growth in every way. Projects undertaken now will blossom. There we go. But don't act in haste. Don't sign anything without reading it. Give in to spring fever and approach life with enthusiasm. Take the leap of faith. Enthusiasm, growth, vitality. Be filled with the life force of renewal. How can you express your inner child? Because, my friend, that inner child is miserable. Where is he? Sat with all them cups, wishing he was anywhere else but where he is. Can't find him. We've got the 7, 8 of cups. That child is very lonely. There he is. So look after that inner child. The red chakra fairy says somebody's getting sexy time and there may be a child from it. You're creating something that you're very passionate about. The red chakra fairy. It represents the base chakra, which is situated at the base of your spine. So have some backbone. The red chakra angel is strong-willed and is able to be honest with all those whom she is in a relationship with. She is courageous and confident in her abilities to be the centre of attention. The bloody drama queen. Leo, where's she gone? Being at the centre doesn't bother her in the least because she's strong-willed and nothing anyone says is going to affect her in the least. As an air of self-awareness which provides her with advanced skills of survival. This makes her a great person to be around during times of crisis. Don't be afraid of her or judge her for her extrovert behaviour, because everyone needs to be confident and to encourage and support them in their journey. So don't let the green-eyed monster get hold of you. Your challenge is to understand those people who play the roles in your life. They are often scapegoated and told they're show-offs, when in fact they're simply providing a mirror for those of us who are reluctant to walk out into the light for fear of being ridiculed. It's time for you to stop hiding, find your place on the stage. You want your opinions to be heard, only you're too fearful that you will meet the same fate as those already judged by being too loud. So who are we judging? Because that's what it is. Don't be judgmental. When you find the courage to take centre stage, you'll be pleasantly surprised that in fact the stage is warm and welcoming, and others up there will be very glad that you joined them. They're waiting for you, and when you stand up and be counted, your friends and family will gain a whole new respect for you, and you will understand the difference between show-offs and those who have a serious message to share. And once you do this, your next problem will be getting back off that stage again, because you are going to love the limelight. So 3 days, you need a rest, you do need a day off and some healing, but be ready because it's all going to start again. So thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye.